It's game time. The Kid Gowie. Ravens Nation. All we know is purple and black. And if you're not a Ravens fan, Welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, M&T Bank Stadium, where opponents don't make it out alive unless we bury them. Every team be afraid of them, especially all the quarterbacks, cause our defensive linemen won't hesitate to leave you sack. Let's take a minute, go back to Super Bowl 35. Domination was an understatement up against the Giants. Numerous touchdowns, they put up numbers, and it didn't take a nutritionist to see they hunger. Only stat Kerry Collins could get was interceptions. He must have thought throwing to the D counted as receptions. The pass was legendary, but don't sleep on the present. Our secondary make quarterbacks avoid their direction. You tryna run the ball, you better hope your blockers work. You can juke, you can spin, but your destination's the turf. This is a man's game, being soft will get you hurt. Watch the defense force a fumble and the fans go berserk. 17 weeks, only one league out of 32 squads. No one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go! They always win when the championship's on the line. So if you hoping that they failed, then you really wasting your time. Go and ask the 49ers, I'm pretty sure they remember when they made a comeback, but weren't declared the winners. 2 rings down, but you know they won't stop now. If the opposing D's caught slipping, you know exactly how that goes. That's another deep connection for 6 points in the end zone. The stadium goes wacko as Ravens put in work. Pittsburgh Steelers, that still curtain is looking more like a skirt. So tell me who they say is gonna beat them Bengals. Who used to be the Browns until they relocated? Ravens, they are one of the greatest. There's simply no denying it. To beat them, bringing your A game's a requirement. With the youth of the team, I bet they still be dominant, even after the greatest linebacker's retirement. 17 weeks, only one league out of 32 squads. No one's messing with our team. We all bleed black and purple, you can check our IVs. Raven Nation fly high, watch us all spread our wings. Put your game face on, embarrass the competition. You ain't talking about the greatest if the Ravens aren't mentioned. Screw every other team, cause those dudes are whack. In Baltimore, the only thing we know is purple and black. Go!
Welcome to another edition AFC North Talk. Not AFC North Talk, I don't talk. I'm just gear for AFC North Talk. I can't wait for Wednesday. This is the SCG Sport here. Shout out to everybody joining the live stream. Shout out to people watching the live stream afterwards. Thank you for being part of the AFC SCG Sports channel. What a day on Sunday night. I felt like my weekend finished with a just beautiful bow at the end. We were just vibing, right? Now, I will say this. During this game, first quarter, the first drive for them, they actually were moving the ball. Kincaid missed that pass, and I was like, okay, they moved the ball, but they had to punt the ball. Okay. Then, obviously, we just had one play. Touchdown. Like, okay. What's that? Great blocking, but was that anomaly, or are we doing it back? Second drive for them, then, in my opinion, defense played better. We stopped them. And then from there, we built and we punished them on the running game. And this is something that I think you guys and me, as well as fans, get frustrated with the team is if we can run this ball this well, if we can be this dominant, if we can say to another team, look, I see your 8 in a box. And I'm still going to run on it. Why we don't do it more? Think about our losses. Let's just, for a moment, the Chiefs. Our O-line was terrible that game. And you can argue we're finding our mojo. Okay. Second week, we lose to the Raiders. Henry goes for a touchdown. Henry in the first half was barely able to like nothing was going on in the running game. Nothing was going on. In the second half, he's running better. He's running better. You can see it. You can see the build up, right? You can see how now he's wearing on them, how the punishment is happening. And then one more attempt after that touchdown. We're up by 10. Why are we not attempting to rush more? He was doing it, I believe, in during that time. Again, if you take that first half, specifically that first quarter, mid and first half of the second, I believe he was doing about 5 yards a clip after that, right? If I know during the game, if you take the game's totality, he wasn't. But we are talking about the back end of the game. Why are you not punishing them more? Right? Just demoralizing, taking the ball, not allowing that offense to stick with the ball. Against the Cowboys. Against the Cowboys was a little different. The defense got tired, offside kick and all that, but we were running the ball well. And then a fourth week in a row running the ball well. By the way, shout out to Spencer, tribe leader Justin. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it for the comment. And let's get a shout out to you guys. Okay. So we noticed something. The league has moved to smaller linebackers. We have a massive guy here in the running back position. Our O-line now is in a emoji. By the way, Rosengarten. Can we kudos to this guy, right? I think he should be the right tackle. I love that pick. I think they should put him there in the right tackle. Let Makari rest and be the swing guy if somebody gets hurt, right? For Voorhees in the left guard, but if a Halele is struggling one day, you can just grab and put Makari there, but leave Rosengarten. And yes, there's gonna be some growing pain, but leave him there because he's your future right tackle. It's not Makari, it's Rosengarten. By the way, Stanley playing like I haven't seen Stanley play in a minute. Saying all that, so the offensive line is gelling. We were rushing the ball. The misdirection was in a peak level. You talking about there was the one play. Maybe it was a Lamar Jackson's rush. I forgot which rush it was. He had the right guard and the left guard. Sorry, the right guard and the right tackle pulling, and then you faking it to Henry or Hill, right? So it wasn't them, and then Lamar keeping it that way. Yes, it was Lamar with likely pushing forward. But you as a linebacker looking at this formation, you're like two pulling guards or guard and tackle. Oh, they're coming to the left side. That's where so they over pursue, and then Lamar pops goes to the other side. How can you defend that? A great play calling by Munkin, right? He finally figured this out. He did the right thing. He is exploiting what the other team doesn't do good. Think about next week. We're playing the Bengals. The Bengals are allowing at least 100 yards each game. What do you think should be our game plan? Look, and I understand. Look, I want to see passing too. It hurts my soul that Mark Andrews basically is a ghost right now. Do you see Mark Andrews? I see his blocking thing of perfection, but do you see him in the catching or in the passing game catching the ball? No. Likely also had that big game, but other than that, have you heard about him? It's like a catch per game. Flower gets a lot of smaller or shorter yardage here and there. And then Bateman is also like a catch per game. Do I care? All I care is about winning games. I don't care about the stats. Look, Lamar can throw for 10 yards, 5 yards rushing, and Henry can rush for 500 yards, and Justin Hills for 400 yards more, and we beat the other team. And I wouldn't care. See, I don't get, because as a fan, I want my guys to do good, right? But at the same time, I don't care what they do as long as they win, right? So yeah, and Lamar was right. People were getting mad at him, like, "Oh, I missed my parlay. I missed my fantasy. We lost because you didn't put like f that. We won the game convincingly. I don't care about that, right? And as a fan, you shouldn't care about it either. They went and dominated. This was the mighty team. They were crowning him, even though the Chiefs was also 3-0. The Chiefs have been looking. The problem that I have with people in crowning team, by the way, and if we look up the Bills, they killed the Jaguars. 0-4 Jaguars not looking great. They killed the Dolphins with Skyler, whatever his last name is. And I can argue the Cardinals are a decent team. In that game, They only won, well, not only, but they won by 6, right? So it wasn't a blowout, but then they went blowout against two teams that are. Tell me, what are they? What are the Jaguars? What are the Dolphins without Tua? We saw them Monday night, and I was rooting for them because I wanted my guy Snoop to get that W, but it wasn't pretty. And the Jaguars, I don't even know what's wrong with the Jaguars, but they're not playing good, and the Cardinals are playing decent, and that was the team that was the closest, right? By 6 points. Now they face a team 1-2 record wise, not looking great. But performance wise, the defense is not showing up in every game. Offensively, we have been putting points. And we go against this Bills team, almighty Bills team, allowing only 10 points in the past 2 weeks before us, and against the Cardinals 28. And now we allowed them to only put 10. It was a masterful performance. And let's talk about the O line. The O line again, great. No holes in the O line. Falele, a big critic of Falele, played great. Makari and the guard, which I think is his natural spot, great. Linderbaum and Stanley, we know what to expect from them. They're all pro guys, but Stanley hasn't been playing to that level. So I'm loving. I don't know because it's a contract year for him, but I'm loving how he played. And Rosengarten, oh, great job by the rookie. If you go to the running back, a guy that I had critique also a lot because if you come in here, I said it like I said, I don't care if I had to critique Lamar in certain games. I don't care if I had to critique whoever. Justice Hills was a guy that I did not like when they drafted him out of Oklahoma State. And he has been marginable in his first 4 years. He's been an afterthought. Think about Keenan Mitchell surpassed him and other running backs that we had drafted or just grabbed from the street, and they all surpassed Justin Hill. Not this year. You see that Justin Hill, that was the burst. The problem was that burst, I didn't see him consistently. It was perfect change of pace between him and Henry. Henry, I mean, do we need to talk about Henry 199? And the other, on the play calling, this is something that they did I was calling for. I'm like, what are we doing? They put Henry, and it was basically a rush all the time. And if not, he was staying there like vibing. What should I do? Now, play action. He at least leaks to the flat. And you can pass it to him. You can pass into Henry. It's not like he has breaks for hands, right? I'm not saying go deep, but on a flat route, right? 3 or 4 yards and a quick out. They're using him like that. Now you keep the defense honest too, because it could be a passing. And you don't know. Henry's here. Can it be rushed? Can it be passed? Justice Hill is there. Can it be rushed? Can it be passed? You don't know. Keep that defense guessing. They don't know. But before in the first 2 games, you see Henry, they're rushing. They're rushing. Henry's out. They're passing. You can't be that predictable. And they weren't in this game. Again, masterful. Lineman. In the case of Lamar Jackson, look. He got away with a couple passes. There was that one pass that Nelson Aguilar pulled the ball up. It would have been a pick. I believe he didn't step on his throw. I don't know if they asked him this. He was trying to hit Zay Flowers in the back of the end zone wide open, but he didn't have enough air. And Nelly was there, and thank God, because if not, would have been a pick. Other than that, look, a fumble. My problem with the fumble with Lamar is like first down. I believe it was first down. We're winning big. Why? Why? You see them? Why are you trying to jump from him? Right? Even if that would have just allowed you to get a first down, is it worth that much for you to potentially getting hurt? No. Lay down. You see, they got you. It's not a fourth quarter end of the game. At that point, yes, jump over people. Second quarter, they got you. Lay down. Don't take your shot. Don't get hurt. That is critical for Lamar. Other than those 2 things, look, I think Lamar's been playing special. He's been playing special. The receivers, Zay Flowers, I thought had a good game getting open, but there was the one pass on the sideline. He should have catch it. I understand he's watching his feet, but more important than the feet is catching the damn ball. If you're not going to catch the ball, you need to you need to figure out your concentration. Bait is bait. The tight ends, you look, I'll give them an A+ because even though they're not likely catch one. He missed that one other catch, which they're blocking really good. I love some good blocking tight ends, and the both of them are there. And the thing is, if you're a defensive team right now, you're like, oh, I see my tight ends, Andrews and Likely. Oh yeah, they're gonna block play action. They both can leak. Oh shit, what are we gonna do? Again, it's the misdirection. It's the confusion. It's putting multiple ways, same formation, multiple calls, right? And that's what the Ravens didn't do in the first 2 weeks. I think they have more in their arsenal. Let's talk about the defense. Look, Roquan was hitting so hard because I do like James Cook, but after that hit that Rowe did to him, he probably didn't want to run no more. Woo! Corners were great. I think Marlon Humphrey had a really strong game. People have been criticizing Mark or Humphrey for a while. Great game. Stevens, strong game. The two passes on Coleman. Look, you tip your hat. Coleman made two great plays, timing routes on that back shoulder curl route, right? Steven was there. I had no problem. What else can you do? Perfectly cover, just a better offense at that moment. Marlo, oh, Nate. My Nate played great until he was dropping ball. Two easy picks. The Trubisky one, whatever. That would have been good for him. But the other one, Allen threw it behind that he should have picked that. He could have just even run with it, right? So definitely Nate needs to catch the ball. Come on, man. I know you're not a wide receiver, but you got two opportunities in one game. On the safety side, look, I would say I haven't seen enough on the field from Williams. I almost feel like it's trying to figure out where he's supposed to be. Kyle Hamilton again. I think this has been his best game. This last game, he was all over the field. Great tackles, great anticipation in the blitz. I think he had a really strong game overall. Eddie Jackson. I think watching the 22, the Eddie Jackson was the one that left Shakir leak out all the way to the back. My whole point with that play was, what are we doing? There's two other players there. If you're watching Shakir, what are you trying to rush for the quarterback, right? He has two guys running for him. He has two corners there waiting for him. Why are you there? He just threw it high. Great throw, great anticipation, but it should have been a pick. If we play it, Harbaugh said you basically had to go back to man, but somebody should have seen, okay, he's leaving. Let me go. Let me go with him. Nobody. I think the responsibility was for Eddie Jackson. But other than that, he had a couple good plays. Eddie Jackson, the D. I haven't been able to be in a stream here for a minute, and the D line has been masterful. Look, would like to have a Miles Garrett or a T.A. Watt? Yeah, yeah. A guy like that dominant in the D line as a pass rusher, he just creates havoc for teams. Yes, but this D line, I feel like this D line is the best D line in a while. All these guys are just. This is not only in this game. This has been consistent against the Chiefs, against the Cowboys, against the Raiders, and now against a really good line and the Bills. Consistent pushing the pocket back. That was without Pierce, right? Consistent pushing the pocket back. And the outside back is Vinoy. Vinoy found the fountain of youth. Dude is like, give me whatever you're drinking. Always living in the backfield. Now I need always to finish those plays and create sacks. Which was a little bit quieter. But overall, I mean, this D line, specifically that inside D linemen, right? Talk about Jones. We're talking about Marabike, which I think it was great. He becomes like a 3-4 DN now. And Washington also play really good. Love it. Linebacker Simpson. I talked about Rowe, but Simpson also had a good game. I saw him flying all over the field. I thought this defense was great. On the special team, look, I don't know about you, even on the PATs, I'm always nervous now with Justin Tucker. I'm hoping he gets it right because we will need him in a game, and I need him to be right. We have a couple of comments here. That says, sorry about that. Tribe leader Justice said, I wonder if they're facing Andrews out because they don't plan to pay him again. I don't know if they need to face him out because of that. I think he probably got paid all his full salary so far. So if they need to face him or cut him, he can be cuttable. I think it's the game plan. And look, I'm big on not force feeding nobody. You let the game decide. You let the game develop. This is how the game move. It was perfect for me. Bills lost so many players. They got exposed. Yeah. Living legit, man. Shout out to you. Thank you. Jaden Daniels is the truth. He's been playing really good. Mike Andrew looking mid like a nose. He's again even likely wasn't used right because we can say oh, but likely's replacing him. Was likely that much better? I think they were both not part of the game plan. I'm not even saying they were bad. I think they were not part of the game plan. Ravens offense should be more focused on Henry and Hill. Yes, because right now it doesn't seem like the teams are ready to stop the Russians. I think about next game is the Bengals, and after that the Commanders. At least those two teams I know for a fact they're not great against the rush, right? Rush all over them, baby, and keep those two offenses. They're not bad. How do they feel? We actually did RB screen that it worked. Yeah, and true. It was Eddie, KVM equals ATM money. Calvin knowing. I love the misdirection plays. I love them too. They're so good. Squeeps here says I was so scared they were going to start playing conservative too early again, but they came through. And look on this. What happened here? What happened here? Okay, here on this comment, the third quarter. I don't know about y'all. They start throwing. I'm like, wait, what happened here? We're dominating the room. What are you throwing? Right. And then there was the holding. We push back, 3-and-out, punt. They come back, touchdown. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, we can sustain a touchdown. Let's go back. 3-and-out, punt. It's 21-10. They just scored a touchdown, and they got the ball back. Smell like the Cowboys without that big of a lead. And like I said, then they got creative. They got stupid. We got the fumble, and the rest is history. But why are you going away from what is working? Like, if at the half they come and they figure the way to stop it, then you adjust, right? It's a game of adjustment. But you adjust us before they adjust. So I'm like, what are we doing? It's like they say, well, they're going to adjust to the run. Let's go ahead and throw the ball. Like, big fella, here you go, run it. Because until you can prove me that you can stop him, why am I doing something different? And I'm not saying that every game has to be a big rushing game. Because if there's a team that's putting 8-9 in a box and they're stopping you, then you flip it and you throw it to him against them, right? But not this game. Not the last game. Living says, I talked to Hars personally and told him to stop that shit. Like constipation. That was funny. Lamar said they're gonna keep their foot on the gas after the Cowboys game. Yes, we can't lie. We got Yannick. Well, let me talk about Yannick soon. Can't wait to see how he does this time around with a different new DC. The thing with Yannick Ngakwe, because I got excited, but back when we got him from the Minnesota Vikings, you can go check that video. Was it 3 years ago? I got excited but cautious because the thing with Yannick Ngakwe, he's really good on a 4-3 pass rush position. We don't run that type of defense. And if he's just going to be a pass rush specialist, then he's only coming here for a 3rd and long, right? Because in a 3rd and long, your defense, you're telling them, yeah, this guy's going to rush. But how the Ravens defense historically has been so good, it's because sometimes you see big fat Peters over there playing a zone coverage, right? And then basically flip it with your middle linebacker, Roquan, or back then PQ. You don't know who's coming. You know who's coming. You know what time they're coming. You know or what direction they're coming. And Yannick Ngakwe, they don't put him to coverage. I think he doesn't like the coverage. So the reason why he has been a free agent until here, number-wise, he shows up in the stat sheets through the year. But definitely, there's something in Unique Ngakwe because he's young too. I'm hoping, I'm hoping he can turn it around here. But I will say, let's tone our expectations from them. The let's get it. Says here, do you think we should trade Andrews by the trade deadline now? Because the thing with Andrews is, you know what you have. You know he's a good soldier. You know what, how he plays hard, his work ethic, and all that. He's not gonna gain you anything as he's having a down year, coming off an injury. Teams are gonna be like, okay, so what do you want, six? No, you keep him here. But I'm excited to see what do they add in the trade deadline. I think they're gonna trade for somebody. Yannick has one move that's affected the jump speed rush move. Yeah, and again, he works best in the 4-3 defense. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying the problem last time was he didn't fit this defense. We'll see now. Also, I forgot to mention Zach Orr because I did praise Munkin a little bit over there. Zach Orr, I have been critical of Zach Orr. To be fair, I was critical of McDaniels as well. But once Rowe got in, the defense played better. CEO, that was a good game plan. Whatever it is, keep that up. I think he's still a rookie coach. Anyway, guys, so final thought here. Next week we're gonna have a tough game, but can we win? I think this. I when we were 0-2, I said I don't know if we can beat anybody in this schedule, but I can tell you this: I don't know if everybody in this schedule can beat us. Meaning, there's no team in the schedule that the Ravens have that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a loss. Book that one. That's lost. Done. And to be fair, when we were 0-2 and how we were playing, giving up leads, and we still have to wait and see if we're not gonna give up leads. I said the same thing on the other side. But I don't know if this is a team that can that you can look at any opponent and say, oh yes, a W, right? So they need to keep proving themselves. Again, it was a good one, a very good one. Who or what positions would you like to trade for? I think we have O-line depth. I don't know, and O-line is hard to trade for. Tight end, we had tight end depth. I think receiver, if there is a big body receiver that I can put for red zone targets. Okay, the guy that I want, this is gonna be my running team. The guy that I want to trade for, and I think he's gonna be out there, is called one DeAndre Hopkins. If you trade him for a fourth, fifth round, or whatever it is, trade for him, please, right? Devontae Adams, that's the dream. Okay, cool. That's not gonna happen. But DeAndre Hopkins, 50-50 guy in the red zone. A guy also that if he has to block, he will block. That he just plays hard. And he just wants to win as a vet guy. Yes, please. Bring him here. I think he will be perfect. He can take all the snaps that Bateman is taking, and Bateman can be part of the rotation. That would be my ideal guy. And parting any injury, that would be the guy in the position I'll be attacking. Spencer says we have a stack. We had to stack wins, and when teams stop the run, be able to pass with efficiency. That's how we have an unstoppable offense. I agree, and we have Spencer, and we have been efficient on the passing game. That's what we had to do. Uh, Ravens give up more leads than a police informant. Oh man, that was good. That was good. But yeah, I think DeAndre Hopkins should be a guy that we target. Look, the Titans are not going anywhere this year. Anywhere. A fourth round, third. Look, yeah, I'll be willing to give a third, but a fourth should be doable for D Hop. D Hop in this offense will go crazy. I would love that. So yeah, that would be my trade target. But guys, I'll try to do a live stream on Thursday, previewing the Bengals game. But before that, I'll be tomorrow live streaming, getting all those haters who had picked the Ravens to lose against the Vikings or against the Bills. I'll be there tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So make sure you sub to that channel. Make sure you sub to this channel, hit the bell so you know when I come live. I appreciate everybody that joining the live stream. Please again hit the like, put comments. I read all the comments. I interact with you guys. So hey guys, thank you again, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.